And ladies and gentlemen, possibly the next greatest podcast that's ever going to happen today. Actually, we have a beautiful woman who's never been on this show before, a New Jersey International Pageant winner. We didn't get her on before, so we don't know the before and after story as Mary Molds eats a ginormous chocolate chip cookie. Yes, we have the lovely Olivia Martin. Give it up for Olivia, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Olivia, actually, I met her. I really didn't meet her. This is the first time I'm meeting you today.
Yeah.
But when I saw you on stage, you have like this light about you. And I said, oh my God, she's a firecracker. Why haven't I gotten her on the show? And it was because it was a late entry or it was whatever the story. I said, we got to get her on the show. And I am so grateful that you were able to. Miss Olivia Martin, tell everybody you said hello.
Hello, here I am. I'm super excited about being on your podcast.
And by the way, you are beautiful, more beautiful in person, like when you're like face to face. So when you're on a stage, you got the lights, you think it's all makeup, but you are like, really?
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. And when you were up there, you were like so much full of energy. And, you know, it didn't matter. To me, when I saw you on top of that stage, and I was like, you know, I don't think it matters if you win or lose. You're just having a great time.
Oh, I love it. I view pageantry, and a lot of people think I'm weird about this. It's a sport where I can meet other beautiful women.
Wow, that's a great way to look at it.
I can also use, if I happen to win, use the platform to make a difference in my community. So I just love it. I love dressing up. A good old gown and a crown is everything.
That is true. So I asked this to all the people that's come from that winning circle, because then like Andriana's on there and Sarah Campbell was here. But I'm going to ask you the same question I asked them is, what was it like after? Like before, everybody loves each other, right? Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're going to win. Oh, I'm going to win. So what was it like for you? Was it after everybody was announced where like the girls like, I'm getting out of here. That's it. I'm not even staying the night for the party. Well, what was it like?
Well, first of all, I've been on both ends, right?
Well, you're like Miss New Jersey America. So you've won thousands of these pageants.
Well, first of all, I grew
Which
up...
end?
Okay, I grew up down south, so pageantry
Georgia.
is... Yes, pageantry is everything. But
really?
Yeah, every weekend there's a pageant.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, as soon as you come out of your mom's womb, they just put heels on you and send you on stage.
Oh
That's
my
all they do.
God. I had no idea.
Yes. But for me, looking on the other side, everyone was very loving backstage, whoever was left, because people do leave. But I'm friends with everybody that was in the pageant with. Everyone's been very sweet with me. So,
that's great.
Yeah.
So you went from 2019, and I think you took a time off for COVID. Is that was the reason, or were just the whole year that you just didn't do anything? Is you just took time off?
Well, some pageants have you can't compete. It's a clause.
Gotcha.
So when I won Miss New Jersey for America, I couldn't compete for a year.
Oh wow!
So I had to devote my year to that pageant.
Wow.
So.
Now, if I recall, that was a big stage.
Yes.
That you went really to a big stage.
It was Elvis stage actually there in Las Vegas. So
I love Elvis.
It was amazing.
Did you walk off going, thank you very much? Was that something?
I was thinking in my head.
Oh, so Georgia, you gotta love Elvis then. Are you an Elvis fan?
Sure.
Oh boy. Yeah, because I was looking at and I saw like you were on stage with a lot of women, people with pictures of your face on a stick.
Yes.
It was the strangest thing. I was like, oh my God, that's her smiling on a stick.
That's me.
So you must have had a lot of fans.
Oh, you know what? Building that sisterhood with that pageant has been amazing. They're from all over the United States, and we're still great friends. I tell you, doing pageantry for me is making those friendships.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I'm super excited about my sister queens that I have now. Sandy and Sarah and Adriana. I'm just super excited that I have another pageant family. I will have these people in my life forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you, and I asked Mary this, I could never figure this out. There's Ms., Mrs., Mr., Miss. So we had Ms., M-I-S-S, then we have M-R-S, and then we have M-S. M-S, what is the M-S for? What's, I guess,
category?
That category.
I'm not young enough to be MISS. I'm a mature single.
You look like you're 25.
Woman. I know people keep telling me I'm a grown up, okay?
Really?
Yes, I'm a grown up.
You don't even have a wrinkle. How do you do it?
Well, you know. Black don't crack.
I never heard that one before. Oh my! Oh, I can never use that. I cracked all over. Wow.
I'm kidding with you. No, I have really good genes, I guess.
That's amazing. Georgia jeans.
Georgia jeans, Southern
Wow.
jeans.
So, okay, so you're in a particular category. Is it, I guess, age-based? Do you become a Ms. to Miss to Ms.?
Age base. I would say
Wow.
age base, yeah.
I got it. So is it the same in 2019, Ms. MS?
Yeah, so they opened up the age gap there. So it was
Right.
18 to, I don't know, 50, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I got there and I said, I can be your mom.
Wow.
An 18-year-old, I can be your mom.
That's amazing. You know, it's funny. I was looking because I do a lot of research on a lot of the platform winners and even the people that come on. I like to know a lot about them. So the first thing you do is you go to Instagram, you go to Facebook, you go see all the social media. But I'm scrolling through for the very first time, and I see this hairy chest wearing Miss New Jersey International, and I'm like, oh my God, I see a nipple.
I know this
And
picture.
after I saw the nipple, I said, oh my God, I see hair. Is this who I'm interviewing today? And thank
No.
God I scrolled up, and it was you next to, I guess, your
My
significant
boyfriend.
other.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're so funny.
Woo!
We're at the Jersey Shore,
Okay.
and I'm known for jumping. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, I did. Absolutely.
And I did a jump at the Jersey Shore with my sash, and then I said, I think it would be funny if you put on the sash and be
Oh, it was funny.
Miss New Jersey for me.
Wow, it doesn't really do well for him.
No, he said, no, I don't like that much. I don't like it that much. Let's not do that again. I said, okay, fine.
Wow, that's amazing. Though. And you also were you went to Dubai. I mean, who goes to vacation and goes to Dubai, right?
I don't
What
know.
makes you pick Dubai?
Okay, so I want to visit all 7 continents. I discovered Dubai is in Asia, if you can
Oh.
believe it or not.
Okay.
And I've been to Africa, North America, South America, and now Asia. So I'm
You have Australia.
and Europe.
Now you have Australia.
Now I have Australia and Antarctica, but I don't think I'm going to Antarctica.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Australia. Well, in New Zealand and Australia, were they considered the same continent? Because they're right next to each other.
Yeah, that New Zealand is part of Australia. the
Wow.
continent.
And Australia's that's a 24-hour ride.
Oh, listen, I've been to Africa, so
Oh wow. What part of Africa?
Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, I went in not the fancy part like Johannesburg.
Yeah.
I went to Nigeria in there, volunteered at an orphanage, was with the people.
Could you tell me about that experience? Because that's an amazing. I mean, I know people that have done that, and
Yeah.
the experience is amazing.
First of all, it was super hot, so I had to adjust. But I like being in the trenches, seeing people actually, with their bare hands, pave a road.
Wow.
I remember one time I went into a market and I said, why is everybody at the market? Shouldn't they be at work? And they were like, Olivia, that's their job. They're selling all day. They eat for the day. You know how we store things in the freezer?
Yeah.
No, they go to the market every single day, get fresh food, and cook it for that day. Every morning they get up and walk.
Wow.
It's amazing.
What about clean water? Is that a problem?
Oh, all bottled water.
Ah.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, you could take a bath, but don't drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was different. You can lose electricity at any moment.
Wow.
So all the fans and stuff have batteries in them, and then they charge up overnight when the electricity come back on. It was an adjustment, but I'm very happy I had that
How
opportunity.
long did you go for?
I was there for about 15 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. I would do it again, but I do want to do the fancy smancy side first.
Like Dubai?
again. Well, I want to do Johannesburg.
Oh, okay.
Of Africa.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dubai is fancy.
So tell me about Dubai, especially were they pandemic like we are with masks and everything?
Very strict. We had to wear them in taxi cabs,
Right.
in public places, similar to what we have. They had mostly everybody vaccinated. It's small. Dubai
Yeah.
is actually small.
Yeah.
They're
Very
Catholic.
rich place.
Oh yeah, very clean, no crime.
Really?
Yeah, they have no crime. It's so funny. The taxi driver says, the police show up with a pin. They don't have guns. They just give you a ticket for something. And people are very nice. If you flip someone off while you're driving, you can get arrested.
What?
Yeah, they don't have the disrespect. I said they will. The Jersey
Coming from a Brooklyn guy, I would be in prison.
I said New Jersey people will not make it here.
They would imagine the Jersey Shore going out there.
Oh my God.
God.
Just driving here, people
Yeah.
were doing the most.
Yes, doing the most exactly.
Yes.
So how do you go from Georgia to New Jersey, or is this transition?
My job. It's the weirdest thing. I graduated from college in 2003, Mother's Day weekend. I told my mom I took a job in Philadelphia, Bucks County, And my mom's like, so you're leaving now? I was like, yeah, I told you. I mailed. She goes, I thought you were going to wait for
How
after
old
the
were you?
How old?
When you left?
22.
Because my daughter at 18 said, Dad, I'm moving to California. I'm going to be living in LA. I said, okay, save some money. And she goes, no, I'm going tomorrow. And that was it.
Yeah.
She's living in LA now.
Yeah,
So,
it happens.
For a parent, it's awful.
Oh, yeah, my mom was like, oh,
Yeah,
my God.
It's awful.
But I moved, and I've been in the Northeast since 2003.
Now, I love Philly. I love Philly.
Me too. I'm an Eagles fan.
You know what? It's funny.
He goes, I'm not.
No, you know Matty Ice, the quarterback who played for the Eagles. Matty Ice was he was a quarterback. Mrs. I love the Eagles. He was he was a big Eagle, one of the best quarterbacks.
Was he a quarterback? No, I had Donovan McNabb. So.
Okay. Because my son and his band played for the Eagles and Matty Ice for a show, and he was like 13. And they were meeting all these famous football players. And the drummer said, oh, my God, I play you in Madden. And it was the craziest thing. But Philadelphia has always welcomed the music scene. They have a phenomenal... You know, what's the two radio hosts? They're famous radio hosts.
Hold on, I know the name.
Preston and Steve.
Yes.
My kids played on their show twice.
Really?
Live. I love Preston and Steve.
Oh, my God.
Philly's a great place.
If I could move back somewhere, it would be...
Philly.
Suburbs.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful
Yes.
place. Well, what made you go to Jersey then?
Job.
What was the job?
Actually, so I went from Philadelphia suburbs to, I used to live in New Canaan, Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
A job.
What's the job?
So I work with kids with special needs.
What?
And
So
I only work with certain children. Some people call themselves socialites that I work for. So I always have to be near a major city. And so I'm hired privately to come in, and if their kid have a special need, that's who I work with.
You know, that would help. What about helping? We have a special, woman with special needs. Remember? Valerie, yeah, she's got.
Oh yeah, we talked. Yeah.
So we have programs for children with special needs. It's
Nice.
amazing what we've done. So on the music side, it's funny because parents are unsure of, if their child can handle music, and very often they're very overprotective, and they say, no, they can't do it. They can't.
But
do
they can.
it. They can.
And it draws them in.
Oh yeah.
And they're great.
Oh, they're amazing.
Also,
We've done-
sports
yeah.
I've learned as well. So
I hate sports. I'm not a sports guy, but I'm just a good music guy. So that's what we do. We just focused on the music.
Yep.
Like, for example, a kid came in and his name was John. He had headphones on, and there's ear sensitivity.
Yep.
So he could not hear loud noises, and he wanted to play the drums, but he didn't like loud noises. So we figured that out, that if we put on headphones,
Muffle 'em.
and then we give him the sticks, and his strength of how he hits the cymbal is in his control, he'd be able to do it. So the mom fought us for months. So 6 months later, the kid's on stage in a band playing drums. Holy mackerel!
I'm telling you, it's not the children, it's always parents.
I know.
I'm like, you guys are so hard.
I know. It's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah,
That's so rewarding because I know that I love kids. I love working with kids and watching them grow. Like Sabrina, today was her birthday, and she's leaving to go to Washington. And she started with us in Staten Island when she was 11. Now she's like 17.
Wow.
So she took lessons there. She became a coach here. And you watch
Nice.
them go from a kid to a woman to a coach to now a college student. And I just love that stuff. It's just
Awesome.
watching
It is.
them grow.
It's very rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love my job.
Well, what do they think about the Crown and the whole
They're
SAG?
so funny because the job I'm with right now in Randolph, my boss always runs around. Listen, the person that works with our children is a beauty queen. So she tells all her friends about me being a beauty queen. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
You belong in a Disney movie. You look like a Disney princess.
Do I?
Doesn't she?
Look like a Disney
No,
princess.
she looks more like a Disney. Yeah, she does.
Do I look like from Princess and the Frog?
Yeah, you got that smile.
That same Tiana spot.
It is. It's the smile.
Thank you.
Well, and you know what? Your cheeks glow. Every single time you smile. And that's what it is. Disney likes that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do.
So about your platform, though. So your platform is not special needs.
No.
Why did you choose feeding people? Oh, I'm sorry. What is your platform?
My platform is Feed America and Interfaith Food Pantry. Feeding my community has always been part of my life since I was a little kid. I watched my grandmother, I watched my family. They all participated in our community and by feeding our community in Georgia. So
Wow.
it's just been in my blood. I've been doing this since I was 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many people do you think you fed after all this time?
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm feeding people in every state I move in.
That's amazing, by the way.
Yeah, in Bucks County, I will jump over to Trenton and up in Connecticut, Norwalk Shelter there. I
have a challenge for you. You ready for a challenge?
I already have one, but okay, go
All right,
ahead.
well, this is another challenge. Ready? So my son, at the age of, I think, 9 or something like that, 9 or 10, he decided to start his own charity and feed people for Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
Which we didn't do during COVID because of the social distancing and stuff. We'd love to do it in New Jersey with
Okay.
his charity. It's all charitable events, and we have the write-offs. So I'd like to do some kind of turkey drive, but I think it's very important not to give me $10 and say, here, go put those sorts of turkey. We actually get the turkeys, we put them in bags, and we have the children deliver them. Because
Awesome.
to watch a child pick up a bag and knock on a door and say, Mrs. Smith, this is for you on Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy it with your family. It takes them back and say, you know what, I'm not playing Xbox. I'm doing something a little bit better. And it affects those children forever and their
That's what
community.
happened to me at 10.
There you go.
Literally, that's
So can
what
we do
happened.
something this Thanksgiving? It's
Sure.
it's on air. It's on.
Sure.
All right. We can raise some money. That would be amazing.
I
We
think
can-
that's amazing.
Oh, that would be great.
So every year, this past year,
Yep.
we were in Atlanta celebrating Thanksgiving, and my boyfriend and I volunteered to feed the community there in Atlanta.
With his shirt on and no sash.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
You want to get people to come to get food. Well,
You're funny.
We won't say. We'll edit that part. So I guess the next thing is your challenge. You have a challenge to feed.
I'm going to all 21 counties in New Jersey, and I'm either donating food or volunteer at their soup kitchen or food pantry.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I knew that because Miss Mary Mold said there's 21 counties. I didn't think there were 21 counties.
There is.
But I'm glad. So I have a little surprise for you.
Okay.
So I went out and I got these. Now, thank God there's only 21. I got 21 gift cards to ShopRite
Really?
at $10 each. So each one. So each county you go in, so you get $10 to spend in that county, and then you have 21 counties. So multiply that by the 21 times 10, and these are all for you. The
Oh,
ShopRite
that is
gift cards.
so amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
doing stuff like this. And if there's anything else I could do, let me know.
Oh my God.
So if you go to ShopRite in Monmouth County or whatever it is, any of those counties.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I'm so excited
Yeah,
now.
you got yourself
Oh,
a start because you were going to bring a box, but I'm like, I'm going to keep a box here and maybe you get a small box, but you can fill up a lot of boxes.
I know it.
They have cans. You can do the can sale, $3 for
I
a
know
dollar.
about the can sale.
Oh, there you.
Oh my God, I'm always in there at the can sale.
That is awesome.
Oh, awesome. This
That's
is
great.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes, I have the receipts because sometimes if they don't ring up, you can always plot a receipt and say, yeah, here's the receipt. So that's in case they doesn't show up.
Oh my God, you're helping me feed my community.
Exactly.
My
So,
state.
and that would be great. So for Thanksgiving, if you and I can get together, that would be fantastic. Especially
so
you're
excited.
going to win this big thing, and then you're going to come back here. For your, entourage will follow you. We could feed thousands of families. So I guess the next question is how do you get families to come? So I did this in Staten Island. We would go to a home where people would just they couldn't afford that much because they were on medication. It was
Right.
almost like a housing place.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you find people in need without them taking advantage? Because we found that a lot. People would just take advantage, take the turkeys and sell them, or take 3 and say that they're for friends and then sell 2. Where do you find them?
So where I volunteer every single month is Interfaith Food Pantry there in Morris County. And they have a program where they keep up with every family and making sure that they're...
Is that right?
Yeah, they have a program where they come in on a certain day. I see the same people every Wednesday when I go there. People know me by name, and so they have a date to come. So they're able to make sure they get enough food for the size of their family and that they're not taking advantage. So I like the setup that they have there at Interfaith Food Pantry. And also at Feed America, they have a similar program like that.
Do they
too.
do that in Marlboro? I don't know if they've done that in Marlboro.
Locally, Feed America is local here.
Oh,
Is it really? Because
They do something different.
I've tried. It's funny. I've even called John Bon Jovi's pantry.
Really?
And so my son, at one point, we had like $1,000 left over. I'm like, all right, let's go to John Bon Jovi. And there's something that he's got in Red Bank.
oh, is that the for feel or
No, it's like you come and you pay only what you can
what you can?
afford.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
I haven't heard
it's
about that
a
one.
great one, that Bon Jovi, and I wanted to contribute that. And you couldn't go and give $1,000 to them. You had to call a number. I called the number like 1,000 times, and it was for Thanksgiving. Nobody picked up. Then they finally emailed me and said, "Oh, you got to send it out to someplace in Philadelphia to feed the pantry in Jersey, and I was like, "What? That's not what it's all about." That's why I think it's so important to have children really be in
So
the
was
middle
it Villa
of it.
Abundance?
No, it
No.
wasn't. Could you Google that when you get a chance? It was Bon Jovi's pantry in Red Bank, because the Soul Kitchen.
Soul Kitchen.
Soul Kitchen. That's what
I've
it's
heard of
called.
that, but I've never
It's in
been
Red
there.
Bank. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's in Red Bank. And basically, if you can't afford a meal, you can work it off, or you can pay what you can afford.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I like
so
that
yeah,
one.
if there's anything, and it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving, I'd love to help and contribute any way I could.
That would be great.
Yeah, especially getting
I'm
the
super
kids involved.
excited about this goal that I've set, and I've of course been to Morris County and donating food, and just went to Cape May County and Union County, and at the end of the month I'll be in Mercer County, so I'm super excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, what's your platform is going to represent. Was that the same thing in 2019?
Yes.
It was. So that's great.
Yeah, I've been feeling like this is where God wants me to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you did something with a girl who had a bleeding disorder.
Yes, she had a heart issue.
Yeah.
And that was in upstate New York. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to go up there. I need to help her raise funds for this illness that she had. And I went up there. They had a pageant, just a mini one in the area to raise money for her. And I said, that's what I needed to be a part of. And so I did that.
That's
Yeah.
such a great community of women
Yeah.
who really care about each other.
Yeah, sometimes you got to drive far.
Yes.
But I feel like that's where I was led to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So now you're in a relationship.
Yes.
So that will no longer be Ms. if you decide to move forward, right? So
Right.
it's like this is a way to get into the next competition as Ms., right?
So
Is that the
listen to
reason why you're
this.
doing this?
I did this pageant, and I told them, I said, this is going to be my last.
Does
as a
the boyfriend
MS.
know?
Yes, I told him. I said, this is going to be my last. Even if I don't get
Oh,
engaged
okay.
or
Got
anything,
it.
this is going to be the end, and I'm okay with that. And then if I become the MRS, then
Wow.
here we go.
That's great.
This is it.
So yeah, you spent a lot of time in New England. Is that where he's from?
Yes.
Ah.
He's
gotcha.
from Massachusetts.
Wow. He must like Aerosmith. Big Aerosmith.
He actually owns the biggest zoo in New England.
There's
I know.
there's a zoo in New England?
Yeah, in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yes.
What's the name of the zoo?
Southwick Zoo, more than a zoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you say the biggest, what kind of animals? Like elephants and stuff?
So they don't have elephants, but they have tigers, lions,
Wow.
leopards, monkeys, kangaroos, everything that would be in a giraffe's.
That's amazing.
It's so funny. I was crazy. I couldn't handle myself. I'm running all through the
So
zoo.
wait, he tells you I own a zoo. You're like, yeah, right. What do you got? A couple of chickens and a rooster? What do you say to that? Who owns a zoo?
That's what I was like. Who owns the zoo? And it's so funny because it's him and his siblings, and his mom is
Oh,
still
it's a
alive.
family zoo.
Yeah,
Wow.
passed down. Yeah.
Passed down how many generations?
Oh, it's been a lot.
Holy mackerel. I bet you Steven Tyler and Joe Perry and Aerosmith, when they were little kids, they probably went to that zoo.
Probably a lot of
He
people.
should be marketing that. Home of the Aerosmith band.
That is so funny.
Wow.
It's funny to me because I'm like, as soon as we started dating, I was always like, take me to the zoo. I want to see the baby animals. Yeah.
Wow. That must be a crazy amount of upkeep for the winter, especially, right?
Oh my God.
Wow.
But I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I'm still in awe.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
can't believe that there is even a zoo. Because you think of it, I think of
There's
zoos.
a couple. There's one in Boston.
there's
Roger
one in
Williams
Philly.
in Providence.
Right, right. But he's got the biggest.
Yes.
Wow.
And then in Massachusetts.
When you say biggest, like 3 acres? I don't know what a big zoo.
3? No.
How big is a zoo?
I don't know. I don't remember. I know it was like close to 300 acres. something like that,
What?
maybe. Yeah.
Wow. He must really love that zoo because that land is probably worth a lot of money.
I don't know.
Wow.
I just love the animals. That's all.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Tigers, which is your favorite?
The giraffes.
My
I
wife
don't know
loves
why I keep
giraffes,
going
too.
to see the giraffes. As soon as I get in there, I forget about everybody else.
Yeah, giraffes are just such docile, beautiful animals.
They're so cute. I remember a baby was being born, like out in the open, like while people were there.
You saw it?
I saw the video, but people were there at the zoo, and I'm like, I wanted to be there.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
giraffes still the only animals that can be born and be taller than me at the same time. That's my only struggle with loving giraffes.
Giraffes, you,
Yeah.
you don't like tall things.
Yeah, well, you came in. You're like 6'3". I'm like 5'7", and I reach up. But
okay.
yeah, makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
Well,
But
I'm flat-footed, if this
Oh,
could help. I'm
well.
5'7".
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So now we're on the
So,
same level.
yeah.
Great.
I mean,
Great.
if you want me to take my shoes
Maybe-
off,
yeah,
I
just for the
will.
pictures. Just for the pictures. We could do that. That'd be great. Wow, that's fantastic. So, the next big thing is going to, I think it's Memphis. That's your next stop, right?
Actually, my division, we don't go to nationals.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess I'm not special.
Wow. So where do you go? Where do you go in your division?
Nowhere, home.
That's it. Oh, she doesn't go to that next level.
The international system does not have a Ms. or Miss Woman.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Olivia and Sandy have state titles for the year.
Which I love. I
Wow,
love
that's
it.
great. No more competition. That's great.
I can concentrate on
That's
my goal.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. That's awesome.
That's kind of drew me into this one, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, you got a great story. It's a fantastic, and I did see, and I was only going to ask this because I'm curious. I know you lost your dad not that long ago.
Yeah, I love
Was that pre-pageant winning or post-pageant winning? It was end of
pre.
February.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he didn't see you win the title.
No, he's seen me win enough.
Oh. That was a really great response.
Yeah, he's so funny. I remember when we first started doing pageants, and he's like, "We're not spending money on gowns. You guys spend too much. I'm going with you guys. We're gonna have a budget." And we're like, "Oh, this should be fun."
Ah, boy.
Dragging him through store to store. Finally, he said, "Just get whatever you want."
Wow.
Yeah, you gotta
I
know
would
how to-
never do that.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself. He didn't
Yeah.
do it again, but yeah.
Gotcha.
So he had 4 girls. We
Wow.
have no brothers. So 4
He was the
girls.
only man in the family.
Only man in the house.
Michael Grande. OMG. Oh, Michael Grande. I always say that. But that's crazy.
Yeah,
I would never
used
be
to,
able to do
when
it.
we got older, I'm like, Jesus, how did you survive?
Yes.
He goes, you remember the little house I built outside?
That's the
Because I
key.
remember he would like, I'll be dressed waiting for you guys. I'll be outside. And we're like, okay, great.
Did your other sisters participate in these competitions?
Yeah, so my sister above me, she did pageants. So she retired years ago. And now my niece, her daughter, is a pageant winner as well.
Wow. So it
Yeah.
was in the family. So this is
Yeah, I
all
guess
second nature
so.
to you. Wow. It's an amazing story. It's an
I
amazing
said, whenever I have a kid, God's going to give me a boy. I already know.
Well, good for you. Because you know what? If your dad's looking, he'd be like, it's about time we got it. And then you
Right?
can name him after your dad.
Of course.
What a great way to name it.
I
or
love
honor your dad.
it.
Exactly right. So I do want to honor you for all the great things you're doing. Because, not only do you work with special needs, not only did you go out of your way for a child that was bleeding and had an issue with that, but you also feeding, and I'm a big feeding, if I could feed the world, I could feed the world, you know.
Right.
But, the more you give to the community, the better it makes me feel anyway. Because if you do it only for yourself, what do you do it for, right?
Right,
That's just
right,
the way
I
I feel.
agree.
But I'm gonna hold you to that Thanksgiving. That's the one thing I want to
I'm
hold you
excited.
to. That's awesome.
I want to do that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I usually wrap this up. So I'm gonna wrap this up with the same way we wrapped up the original ones, because now you're only a first-time guest. The next
am.
time you come, I can give you another one. But this is how I ended every podcast. I just love to hear what your response is. And I'm back in when I was growing up. It's a funny story. I fell in love with the Mustang, like it was a 66, 67 Mustang. And I said to my dad, "Dad, look at that Mustang." And he goes, "Yeah, that's a beautiful car. I wanted to buy it when I was growing up, and I didn't. I bought a Ford Fairlane, and I always loved Mustangs. So from the time I was 18 and to now, I still have Mustangs. But I had a Mustang that was built. It was a rotisserie Mustang. It was beautiful, red convertible, 1966.
Nice.
Parked it into my garage. And as the door was closing on the garage, I said to my dad, I said, "Pop, man, I love this car." And he goes, "I was just at a mass, and the pastor said something to the effect like, anything that you own on this planet, on this earth, will one day be owned by somebody else." He said, "Mike, what are you here for? It's not the car, because your house is going to be gone, somebody else will be living in it. Your clothes will be gone, the car will be gone. What are you here for?" So I'm going to ask you that question. Miss Olivia Martin, what are you here for?
I believe I'm here for it just to make a difference in this world, leave my footprint, my handprint. I want people to remember me as a person that gave of herself to make a difference.
What kind of differences? Because that's a great answer, but let's be a little bit more detailed. If I can just dig a little deeper, make what kind of difference?
Feeding
Yeah.
people. Like I said before, every state I've lived in, I've always fed people, and I want to continue doing that.
That's fantastic,
Yeah.
and this platform will certainly help you do that.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
incredible.
yes.
Well, you were a wonderful guest. I want to honor you for all the great you're doing in the
thank
world.
you. Thank
you
you.
so much, and I can't believe I now know the person who owns the biggest zoo in Boston.
Wait, I don't.
Well, no, you know a person who knows a person.
Yes.
Right? Well, you're dating a person.
Yes.
But thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful Olivia Martin.
Thank you
Thank
for
you very
having
much.
me. Thank you. Thank you.